Are you looking for answers or guidance? Join us on Across the Veil, and let our psychics help guide you. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, welcome to Across the Veil. I'm Kat, your host, and on today's show we have Psychic Medium John. How are you?
Hi Kat, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you and to everyone watching. And how's things?
Everything's fine. Holidays are over and getting back to a normal schedule.
Yeah, cool. Please say hi. John is doing one question free. If you want a more in-depth, they are $20. You can do them in the comments. If you'd like to get in the studio, we can get you in for his next show. Let us know, and we can organise that for you. But please put your question in if you've got a question. He is doing one free questions. And yeah. So what can we talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Hi Sabrina, Happy New Year.
Yeah, she says hi, Happy New Year.
The last couple of weeks I've been getting so many questions about awakenings and how to start it and meditation and what's the best way to start. So I've been talking about that a lot the last couple of weeks, and I still wanted to get more into it because we've got a lot of new viewers on, so I'd like to just go more into that. Seems like that's a question for everyone.
All right, fantastic.
Well, hello everyone. How's everybody tonight? Happy New Year. I'm glad you can be here. I'm John, and if you'd like a free question, please put it up on the comments and I'd be happy to answer it. If you'd like a more in-depth reading, it's $20, and you can put all the questions you have in the comments. And if you, as Kat mentioned, if you'd like to be in the studio for my next show next Tuesday, please fill out the application and we'd love to have you on. So what I'd like to talk about is awakenings. I've gotten a lot of questions regarding awakenings. It's really been a big topic for a lot of people, and the biggest thing that people have is a scary experience. They don't know what's happening. Everything seems a lot different. They're hearing noises. They are hearing ringing in the ears. They're having dreams. They're feeling something touch them while they're sleeping. There's just so many things going on, and it's different for everyone, but it's generally the same thing that happens to each person, just in a different way. What it is spirit is trying to get in touch with us. They know when we are ready for our journey to begin. It's just for us as physical beings that we're not aware of it yet. So spirit tries to give us all the signs. For me, spirit tried to get in touch with me for many years and I turned it off. A lot of people may have dreams about loved ones that have passed, whether it's a mom or a dad or a grandparent or a friend or cousin, whatever it may be. And a lot of people will just say, oh, I had a dream about my grandma last night and that'll be it, and they'll move on. So what I always recommend to people is to keep a notebook next to your bed, have a dream journal, and jot down when you wake up from a dream in the middle of the night. That's the best time, I should say, for everyone to write down what they remember, because in the morning when you wake up, you're going to just remember bits and pieces. That is the best time to write down what you remember, what you saw, what you felt, what kind of emotion was it, were you scared, were you frightened, was it a loving feeling, and write all this down in your journal. It doesn't have to be in complete sentences. It could just be bullet points. It could be words, and then the next morning when you look at it, you'll actually remember it, and then you can just write more in depth. And as you do this every night, you'll start seeing that day after day, week after week, all of these notes and messages and the writings that you're doing is going to start making sense, because there's going to start being messages that are revealed. And that's the same thing during the day. Lots of times during the day, if I'm at work or I'm driving or in the supermarket, whatever it might be, I just might feel something or hear something, and I'll just take out my phone, and in my notes section, I'll just make a note, whatever it was, even if it's 2, 3 words. And then when I get back home in my journal, I'll just make the notation. And I say that because lots of times it could be a spirit that's coming in for a reading that I might be doing that day or the next day, or it could just be a spirit for someone connected that they know that their loved one's going to have a reading down the road. So it's happened to me quite often where I will get something from a spirit, and it may not make any sense to me. And then when I'm doing a reading, that same spirit will come in, and I will have that same feeling, and then it'll click to me that, oh, that's what that spirit was telling me. It was your mom that was coming in. Um, Someone just said hello. It just says Facebook user. If you don't mind just putting your name up there so we know who it is. Thank you. Like I said, anyone would like a free question to please. Sorry about that. So getting back to the awakening. So the first thing I always tell people is don't be afraid. Spirit comes in love, and they just bring nothing with love. There's no fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. They are just as excited to get in touch with us as we are to them. And it's just a learning process for both of us. They're growing on the other side just as much as we're growing here. And always tell people the vibration and frequency that we are in is very low. In the physical world, we're on a very low vibration, and spirit is on a very high vibration. So we have to meet in the middle somewhere. So I just think of that as an elevator. We're here, and spirit is here. We both have to meet here in order for us to connect, and for the messages to be clear. The more our higher our vibration is, the clearer the messages will be. And when I do readings, lots of times I will feel what a spirit is when they come in, what type of energy they're coming in as, and what their emotion is. Lots of times, spirit will come in from a certain point in their life, and they will come in, and most of the time, they will show me a point in their life that they want their sitter to know. And it could be from a time from their childhood, or it could be a time when there was a happy moment for the sitter. So lots of times they'll come in with that type of emotion. So it might be a happy time, a sad time, whatever it might be. So I can feel that energy, and it's a lot easier to convey it to the sitter that your loved one is coming in from a time when you were in childhood, and I'm seeing a family trip, and it was a happy time. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for coming in. What is your question, Tammy? Well, I'm answering one free question if you'd like to ask. And so they'll come in, and I'll feel that emotion. But what I'm trying to say for awakenings is it's a process. We all have to realize what's happening. Lots of times we don't. Lots of times it's just very confusing because things just seem a lot different. Things are different. Things are our lives seem different, and it's up to realize what's going on. And the biggest thing, like I mentioned earlier, is the ringing in the ears. That's one of the biggest signs that spirit gives. You'll hear that ringing, and some people think they have an ear problem. And I always will recommend someone to go to an ENT doctor, just to get your hearing checked to make sure everything's all right. Because sometimes it could be a medical issue and not a spiritual issue. But once a doctor gives you the clear, then you more yes than no that it'll be a spiritual thing. So what it is the spirits. Do you see anything for me in job? Well, Tammy, I'm feeling that you're unemployed right now, that you lost your job sometime at the end of 2020, which I can understand is a tough time, especially with COVID, and lots of jobs are not hiring right now. But I definitely feel that you're some type of marketing or sales. Um, I feel that that's what you do, meeting with clients. So I think you're very good at what you do, and I think that 2021 will be good to you. I don't think it's going to be right now. I think it's going to be more in the springtime once the weather starts getting warmer and this COVID hopefully gets under control and starts decreasing, and companies start opening up more positions. What I would definitely recommend is getting yourself out there on LinkedIn and Job Hunter and Career Builder. Those are great websites. You can get email alerts, sign up for different courses. LinkedIn is a great app to have. There's so many different things you can join. There's different groups for your industry that you will be able to go on to. So I think you're going to be great in 2021. You just have to be patient, but you definitely get yourself out there. So let me know if that works for you, if I've answered your question. And thank you for calling in. So what I tell people is the first thing I ask them to do is we have to connect with our higher self. Now, our higher self is our divine energy. It's our soul. It's who we are. Our soul is in this physical body for this lifetime, but our soul lives forever. And our soul is who we are. It's made up of our personality and our past lives and whatever it might be. So we need to connect with that higher self, because once we connect with our higher self, we open that portal to the other side. And the divine energy will come and flow very quickly. And once we connect with our higher self, then you can start inviting in your guides. Now, spirit guides, you're welcome, Tammy. Nice to meet you as well. Our spirit guides are just what they are. They're guides. We have one main guide who is with us from birth to death. Hello, Ariana. They're with us from birth to death. And the we all have, there's different guides for different things in our lives. Guides come and go. When I first started doing this, I had one guide that stood with me, and she was a child during the Civil War, and she was the one who actually guided me. Tammy wants to know if you work with clients. Not understand what you mean about clients. If you can just reiterate that. So we have different guides. So she was my spiritual guide who started my journey. She was the one who helped me realize what was happening to me, and she's moved on. She was there for that time, that few months period, where I was able to realize what I was able to do. Because when this first happened to me, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Was I going to be a psychic medium? Was I going to be a tarot reader or an oracle or just a psychic? I wasn't sure. Most people don't know when they first start doing this. And lots of times people will ask me, well, what do you see me doing? And I can't answer that question. Only that person can answer. I can't say that you're going to be a medium or you're going to be just a tarot reader. That's not for me to decide, because it's what you feel and what you're told and what you're shown that is what you can do. So that my guide who stayed with me from the beginning, she's moved on, and now I have a different guide who's accompanied me on my journey. My trader, you do work with clients. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I definitely see you really good with clients. I think you have great customer service skills. I think you know how to read people really well. And I really think that, okay, that's about industry excellent. So I think that you're really good at what you do, and I don't think you're going to have a problem. I think you're really outgoing, and you're going to do well. So just be patient. But like I said, get yourself out there on those websites, because it really will help you, especially when you get those job alerts. As soon as you get those job alerts, boom, have your resume loaded on your phone and send it out. And one quick of advice, because I used to work in HR, always send your resume out during business hours. Never send it out at nighttime or on a weekend, because what happens is it gets lost in the shuffle. People will come in on a Monday and your email will be one of 200. So always send it during business hours, where the HR person will likely see it better than after hours. So now I have this second guy who's accompanied me, and it's a male, and he's actually just been showing me a lot more what I'm about and what I can do as my abilities grow. And we all have different guides. Like I said, you have a career guide, there's a relationship guide, there's a education guide. There's so many different ones that come in and out of your life, and you can have multiple guides. You can have one, you can have up to 6 or 10 or whatever it is. So uh, it's very important for you to have a relationship with your guides, because they're the ones that assist you. They're the ones who guide you, and they're the ones who will help you during a reading. Uh, and they will show you things. Um, they will show you the answers to the questions that you're seeking. And once you get to know them, it's just like meeting anybody else. You can ask them as many questions as you want. Would they like to be called? Did they walk on this earth? They've always been a spiritual being. What did they do when they were in this life? So on and so forth. There's no right or wrong question. So once you have your guide set, you're welcome. Good luck to you. Once you have your guides and you have a relationship with them, then things will start flowing a lot better. The messages you will start receiving messages, and each person is so different. Some people are clairvoyant, some people are clairaudient or sentient or cognizant, whatever it might be. I'm more of a clairvoyant, clairaudient. I see and hear things during my readings, and and I always will utilize to my sitter. And now in these COVID times, we're not doing any in-person meeting readings, but I am try to do as many videos as I can, because I feel with a video reading, the energy flows a lot better between myself and the sitter. And the messages are a lot clearer. It's a lot easier for me to ask a person if it resonates with them or not, versus doing it as an email or a text, because you can't really get the general feel of the sitter as well. Because when I sit down with a sitter, I can feel what that sitter is going through. Are they just coming off losing a loved one, or a divorce, or a job loss, or whatever it might be? What is their state of mind? So, and that will help with the reading, because I will ask the guides to help me show me what this person is feeling, and they will. Our guides are always here for us. They will always answer you whenever you want. Like I said, they're always excited to connect with us, because we grow and they grow. Everyone has jobs on the other side, and they all are learning from us. And it's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool when you start really having this relationship with them. They'll just show up out of nowhere, and they'll just start talking to you, just like you're talking to your friend on the phone or in person or what it might be. So it's really cool when you start having that relationship. Another thing is trusting what you get. Lots of times when during I have a couple of mentoring groups that I do, and when we usually start in the beginning of these groups, a lot of the students are always, well, I don't know if I got this right. Am I questioning it? Am I crazy? This can't be. Once you question anything, it's not going to work, because you need to trust what you get. And that's our ego. Our ego is the biggest obstacle doing this. We have this ego that's been with us our whole life, that has all different types of emotions. And once you question what you get, that ego has won. So it's a battle between our higher self and the ego. And the ego will always try and win. So it's very important that you never let your emotions get involved, no matter how excited you are. Because it is exciting when you connect with spirit and you start receiving messages. It can be very exciting, and you just have to learn not to have your emotions get in, and it can be difficult, especially. Tamara Ann, you lost your dad on 11/11, and he died alone. I'm really sorry, Tamara Ann, for your loss. My condolences to you and your family. Um, well, I feel your dad was not an old person, an old soul. I feel he was in his 50s and 60s. I think the COVID hit him, and I think he got sick really fast. Um, and I think he had some type of lung issue prior to COVID, and that just exacerbated everything. Especially one of the biggest symptoms for COVID is the breathing. Um, but he wants you to know that you could, even though you couldn't see him towards the end, just because of the whole isolation that he had to do. He wants you to know that he was always with you, even at his worst towards the end. Um, he understands. He does. I think you have a lot of guilt that you weren't able to see him, and that's understandable. He was on dialysis. Okay, yeah. He wants you to know that do not do not beat yourself up that you couldn't see him. He understands. He loves you very much. He did prior to his death, maybe a day or two. He went in between worlds, and he was ready to cross, especially when he saw his parents. He saw his parents a couple of times before he crossed, and they were ready to guide him to the light, but he wasn't. He wanted to say one final goodbye to you, and he did. You might remember having a dream about your dad a day before or a couple of days before he passed, and that wasn't a dream. He was actually standing right over you, and that was his way of saying goodbye. He wanted to give you that proper respect and proper goodbye, and he wants you to know that once he crossed with his parents and he entered the light, and he said it was just an amazing feeling. Everything went away, all the breathing issues, all the issues that he was dealing with. I believe he had some leg injuries prior to COVID as well. He might have walked with a limp or a cane. Everything went away, and now he's at peace. He strikes me as the type that was an outdoor person, that liked to fish, and he fishes on the other side with his dad every day. They fish, and it's just a joyous thing. They're around angels singing all the time, and he wants you to know he's out of pain. He's very happy, but he is with you. So he wants you to move on. He doesn't want you to have that guilt that you weren't there when he passed or you weren't able to see him. So I hope that helps you, and I hope that makes sense to you. And thank you. COVID is really, yeah, Tamara, and I believe he did. He really did. He didn't want to cross until he made that personal, proper goodbye to you. So I hope that helps you, and I hope that gives you some type of closure. And it's still only a couple of months, so I understand it's rough. And my condolences to you. So with the biggest thing to do is when you start this journey is always have someone guiding you. A mentor is the best thing to have, because they can give you some pointers and they can guide you and they can give you some references of what to do, because doing this on your own, it can be overwhelming, especially it's all new to you. Tamara, his legs filled with water as well from diabetes. Yeah, I felt something with the legs, that there was something with the legs as well. So but yeah, like I said, that all went away. So that should make you feel good that he's out of pain and fishing every day. Um, you're welcome, Tamara, and again, my condolences to you. and Happy New Year to you. So a mentor is really the best way to go. They will guide you, they will show you the ropes, and they will stick by you and give you confidence, because in the beginning it's very overwhelming, and it can be very frustrating to some people when they want to connect so badly, but it's just not happening. They're trying too hard. Meditation is obviously the best way to go. And I'm sorry. Meditation is the best way to go. Sitting in the power is one of the best meditations out there. It will connect you with your higher self. It will raise your awareness, and it will raise your vibration as well. And raising your vibration, like I said earlier, is the biggest thing that is the biggest challenge people have, is just not being able to raise their vibration, because spirit is talking to you, but you're just not hearing them because you're on a different frequency. And once you raise your awareness, things start changing. The messages are all there. The signs are all there. I'm sure a lot of you have that, where you see your clock every day and it says 11:11 or 1:11. You can be out. Pay attention to license plates. Pay attention to billboards. Songs are huge messages for people to connect with loved ones. So raising your awareness really will help you realize who's there and who's not. Pay attention to butterflies. Pay attention to dragonflies. They're around, and those are your loved ones, and they're trying to reach you. And it's just an amazing thing once you start connecting with them. Another thing is, hello, Shakti. You're new here. Well, welcome. You can have one free question if you'd like. So like I said, the mentor. So a mentor is really, really important to have, and they will help you and they will guide you, and also meditation. So a lot of people tell me they can't meditate. It's just they can't concentrate. So meditation is for some people and it's for not. The guided meditations are really great. There's some great ones on YouTube, but some people have a problem with that, and that's just because they're trying too hard. They're trying to force spirit to come in, and it's just not going to happen that way. It's very hard. So your dad was a taxi driver a while ago, and he used to be able to smell his grandfather's cologne, Ariana. Yeah, some people have that clair. We're all psychic. We all have that sixth sense. Some have stronger than others. That happens a lot with mediums or psychics, that they will smell the person's scent. They will smell a cologne, or they will smell a cigar, or a certain shampoo or hairspray. And that's a sign from spirit saying that they are near. That happens quite a lot. I did a reading for someone, and I smelled like welding, that burnt smell, and it just triggered something. And sure enough, it was the person's dad, who used to be a welder, and that was his way of coming in. Instead of showing me what he looked like or what he sounded like or his description, that was his way of showing that he was there. Tamara Ann, you smell your mother's perfume always. Sure, yeah, that means she's near. Absolutely, and those are the times that you should talk to them, because they are there, and that's your time to connect with them. Shakti, is there anything I can tell you about your future husband, is if possible? It's kind of hard for me to pinpoint a future spouse, but I'm feeling you haven't met them yet. I think it's someone that you haven't met at all, and I think it's someone that you're just not ready to meet yet. Your paths aren't aligned to join forces. but you will know when you meet that person. So it's really hard to describe it, but I think you'll know. I think you will come across this person, not just once, but a few times, and you'll get to notice that, oh, that was the person I saw at the train stop, or that was the person I saw in the mall. And things will start clicking. You'll start to realize, your intuition will let you know, and your higher self will give you that push also. So I hope that helps you, and thank you. Tamara Ann, where am I from? An accent? Yeah, I'm from New York, born and raised. I am a New Yorker, but thank you for asking. Uh, yeah, I don't think I have a New York accent, but everyone says I do. Um, so it, the the signs and the awareness are just really important. And as you start doing this, and then as you start gaining confidence, and you just start seeing things, you start seeing different colors and numbers and symbols. Uh, that's when you know that you're on your way. You will just feel different. You will know that something is happening to you, and it's just an amazing feeling. It never gets old. Every time I do a reading, or every time I connect with the spirit, it's truly amazing. And there's always that wow moment. Every day it happens. There's always something that happens. And you're like, wow, I can't believe that that just happened. And the biggest thrill I get is giving closure to someone, or just putting something to rest for a loved one. It's just the biggest thing to help someone, and to help guide them to, that their loved one is happy, and is on the other side doing well, and they are there. They create their own reality. They can show themselves however they'd like to. If they want to show themselves how they passed, they will. If they want to show themselves when they were younger, they will. Um, and it's up to them to do that. And they do try to. They have to learn how to connect with us. Sabrina, yes, it's a feeling hard to describe, but you just know. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Sabrina. It is. Um, it's just a feeling. You can't put it into words. You just know, and you will know. It's just something you've never experienced before. And once you do, it just changes everything. It changes your whole life. It changes the way you think and the way you act or react. You just become a different person. The things that you used to like, you no longer are interested in. Um, Especially for me, I was the biggest sports fan in the world. Now I have not one interest in watching anything. Every Sunday I used to sit and watch football all day. Now I have no interest. I probably won't even watch the Super Bowl. But it's just it's an amazing thing, and I really commend everyone, that are going through this, to try their best. And when you're ready, you're going to know that you're ready. Um, so I hope that that helps everyone. So I am giving one free reading, one free question. If anyone would like to post a comment, if anyone would like a more in-depth reading, it's $20, and we can do it right on the comments. And if you'd like to come into the studio for my next show next week, there's an application to fill out. You can go right into the website, and you'll be able to come on the studio and have a live reading. So if anybody would like to ask some more questions, I'm happy to do it. If not, I'll continue talking about awakenings and spirit. Uh, Lots of times, there are various spirits that will come in um, at once, and it could be a little overwhelming, especially during the night. That's the biggest time, that when we dream, our subconscious mind takes over, and our ego moves out of the way, and that's why um, you have more of a clear portal to the other side. Rachel, you'd love to ask a question? Of course, please, Rachel, go ahead. So as I said about dreams, Dreams are just another way for spirit. They can come down and drop their vibration. They don't have to do they don't have to drop their vibration a lot because our vibration just rises as we're um, Sabrina, thank you. You're welcome for the insight. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Um, Rachel, what's the best way forward with my recruitment business? Well, I feel this is a new business for you, and it's just getting yourself out there. It's getting that clientele to trust what you're all about. So marketing yourself is the biggest way. I see that you can. I think you're very good at what you do when it comes to different positions and placing people at various jobs, whether it might be a temp or a full-time position. I think you can read people really quickly, and you need to as a recruiter. It's very important because when you pass that client over to the company, that they're representing you, and if that client is not up to speed, they're not going to come back to you. So it's just all about you and being confident in what you do. But I think you are really good at what you do, and I think, like I said to an earlier caller, that right now with COVID, it's just hurting every industry, and there's not that many jobs out there. So it's tough. If you're a recruiter right now, it's really tough. The jobs are very limited. So it's just getting yourself out there. Especially there's so many recruiters out there. So you want to be the best at what you do. You want to market yourself. What are you all about? What is your history? What can you do? What can you show clients? Are you able to explain what this client is about or what they can do? And you need to be able to answer any question that a client asks. So I hope that helps you. But I do see your business taking off. But again, I think you need to be patient because right now it's just a trying time for everyone. But I think as the weather gets warmer and this pandemic starts to slow down, I think you will see your business take off. But this is the time for you to shine and show what you're all about. So I hope that helps you. And thank you for the question. Sabrina, you have a special thing. Your grandpa used to say, "Will he tell it for me? Will he tell it for you? And if not, you understand." Well, I think your grandfather was a second dad to you. Um, he was very special to you. I think as growing up as a kid, you were his favorite. There's no doubt. I think he used to take you for ice cream and sneak it before dinner, and I think your parents used to get really upset about it. But he used to say, "Don't tell anybody." Um, but as far as what he used to call you, there's just a couple of things that come to mind. But I'm not sure if it's what it is. I keep hearing flower. I always thought he used to call you his little flower, his little special rose, or something like that. Something to do with a flower. And another thing is some type of dessert. I feel when you and him or with the family, there was some certain dessert that you really liked. And I think when you were younger, he called you that dessert. Um, but I can't pinpoint what it was. So it's either something to do with a dessert or a flower. I don't know if that's the only thing I'm feeling and hearing. Uh, but I do feel your grandfather was in the military, and I think that he was a veteran, and he did wear the cap, showing that he was a veteran. He was very proud, and I think as he got older and his mobility decreased, I think he was very limited to his walking. And I think when he passed, it was really trying time for you. But he is here for you, and he's always with you. And he wants you to know that he's very proud of who you are. He's proud of your abilities, and he's proud of what your journey is doing. And he is here to help you. So when you have questions about your journey, ask him for the help, and he will give it to you. Um, so I hope that resonates, Sabrina, and thank you for your question. So I was saying about dreams. So in dreams we travel through different realms, we travel through different galaxies, because our ego is out of the way. And lots of times we do feel like we're dreaming. We know that the REM state is the rapid eye movement, where you know that you're dreaming and you can change the outcome of the dream. And It's really exciting when you meet your loved ones in the dream, and when you wake up, you're almost so disappointed that the dream is over. But dreams will tell you a lot about what you can do. I was shown in for certain dreams of what I was able to do and what I was going to do, and that came true. I was told that I was going to be doing mediumship, and it was so overwhelming because I never thought that I would be doing this, but here I am, and it's just an amazing thing to do. I'm blessed every day with the gift, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And if you're struggling out there, don't fear that it will come for you. Patience is the biggest thing and the biggest problem. We all want to be the best. We all want to be able to talk to everybody. It just doesn't happen like that. It's a process, just like anything else. It's like riding a bike. You fall and fall and fall until you finally get going, or you drive a car, or whatever it might be. It's the same thing with spirit. It's just a process. Sabrina said he was like your dad and you were his favorite. Everything you said, it resonates. It was food. Okay. He never wanted to lose his ability to one in the end, being in a wheelchair, still his will to live. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Sabrina. But he had a great life, and I feel he was a loving energy, and I think he was the biggest teddy bear. So you have nothing to be upset about, because he is happy where he is, and he is very proud of you. So I hope that helps you. Ariana, what type of nurse will you be? I see. I feel that you're interested in working in the emergency room in a trauma setting. I don't think that you want to work in like the normal doctor's office, just doing vitals and filling out paperwork. I think you're the type of person that doesn't like routine, and that that likes a challenge. And It's just like what I do. I want to help people, and I think you do too. I think you want to be able to assist the doctors or the paramedics when they bring in people into the emergency room that are seriously sick or seriously injured. I think that really you really want to help these people, and heal them, and give them their life back to what it was. And so I think I really feel that the trauma unit in emergency medicine is what you want to do. I think that you thought about that quite often. So I hope that helps you. Please let me know if that resonates with you. And good luck if that's the road that you that you take. And I commend you. It's a tough job, but um, especially now with everything going on with COVID. Kudos to all the healthcare workers, the doctors, the nurses, the techs, and the paramedics, and everyone that's trying to help people, because that's what all we can do is just try to help everyone. Uh, we do have maybe about 10 minutes left, so I have time for a few more questions. You're welcome, Sabrina. Thank you for coming on. Ariana, extremely helpful and spot on. Thank you. You're welcome, and good luck to you. Nikki, how are you, Nikki? If I see anything for you, Nikki, if you would mind just elaborating a little bit what your question is, that would be really helpful, and I'd be happy to help you out. It's just great when you see people come in and they're asking these type of questions, because no one knows what our loved ones are thinking or they're doing. Are they around us? They are not around us, but they are. They always are around us. People that are not psychic always are the doubters. Oh, my loved one's not here. They're not around. They are. They're always with us. They're here. They're here to help us here, to guide us and to give us the best life as possible, because that's what they want. That's what they want to do. That's how they grow their soul on the other side. So, to all the people that are starting with these awakenings, Nikki, you'd like to know about your love life and finances. Okay. Well, as far as relationships, I think that you're coming off a recent breakup, and I think communication was the biggest problem. Um, I think you're I don't know, well, outspoken person, and tells it like it is, when something's on your mind. And I think the person you were with was very closed-minded, and I think it became more of a trust and honesty issue. And I think that kind of impacted you, as far as your self-confidence. But you shouldn't. Never let anybody bring you down, no matter who it is. That's just not what it's about. That's about your self-respect. So as far as there is that person out there that is going to understand you and that is going to respect who you are and your beliefs and not judge you. And you will know when that person is has arrived. And now, as far as your finances, we all have our finance issues. I think that you're struggling. I think from paycheck to paycheck is really difficult for you. But I think that you need to just keep going. And I think there is some type of promotion that you're hoping for. I think you're in a comfort zone right now at your current position, but there's something better is out there, and it will be. So get yourself out there. So I hope that helps you. And good luck to you. Your boyfriend who passed. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, I'm really sorry. My condolences to you. So you just, it's a tough thing, but you will get out there. Um, what else did I want to I just wanted to end with. So as far as the awakenings, like I said, just go for it. Don't be afraid to take that step. A lot of people are doubtful. A lot of people are hesitant. You're welcome, Nikki. Very sorry about your loss. Just take that step, and go for it, because this is your life. This is your journey, and no one else is going to do it but you. Take control of what you're here to do, and once you know what it is, you will know. Your guides will help you out. Your loved ones will help you out. Your intuition will help you out. Uh, there's just no question. Your intuition is your biggest ally. Your intuition will never ever fail you. Always go with it. We all hear that phrase, the gut feeling. That's your intuition. That's your higher self. That's your soul guiding you to what the right decision is. Whatever you do in your life, whether it's is this person the right person to be with for the rest of your life? Should I take this job? Whatever it might be, just go with that, because it will do you no wrong. It is going to help you on the path that you were placed here to be on. And if you go against your intuition, you will end up back on that path at some point in your life, but you will go through different obstacles to get to that point. So, and it's a learning experience. Life is a learning experience. We're put here for certain reasons, and it just helps our soul grow, because once we get to the other side, we have the life review. And that life review, you will be shown everything that you did, whether it was good or bad, and how it affected each person that you came across with and how they were feeling. So whether you were the most sweetest, kindest person to someone, or you were the meanest person to someone, you will see and you will feel how that person felt, and how your actions changed that person's life as well. And that's what helps your soul grow. That's where we hear about your soul growing. It's a learning experience. Sabrina, this intuition coach approves. Thank you, Sabrina. It's so true. I used to always go against my intuition before I had my awakening, and it always did me wrong. There was one time I will never forget coming home from work, and it told me to go one way, and I went the other way, and I sat in 4 hours of traffic. And I said, why didn't I go that way? And it was too late. So, and that's the simplest thing. That's just a harmless thing. But it could be a very serious thing. It could be a life-threatening thing that your intuition is telling you. Don't go down that street late at night. Go the other way. So always listen to that. And that's really important. And intuition is a huge part of being a psychic or a medium, because your intuition is what is controlling your readings and controlling your emotions of what you're taking in from your sitter or your or the spirit. So I always say to just go with it, and it will never fail you. We do have a couple of more minutes left. If anyone else wants I have one time for one or two more questions. If not, you would like to be on the show next week live in the studio, please fill out the application, and you can come in and we'll have a live reading in the studio. So hopefully we can get someone in for next week.
Thanks for your show, John. It was great. And thanks for everyone for watching Across the Veil.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if anyone would like to get a private reading, if you don't want a public reading, you have a Facebook group where people can contact you.
I do. It's called psychic medium reading and mentoring. We'll put the links up for everyone, and please join the group. We have mentoring. I run circles. I do mentoring, and we have the best readers on the planet in my group.
Yeah, true. That's great. So if anyone wants a private reading, please contact John's page, and I will get that link put up in a moment for you. But if anyone would like to be in the studio live for a reading, let us know on the page, or let us know now. We can organise that for you. Also, it's a good connection when we get viewers in, isn't it? In the studio, it's a better connection. It's good. Like we still reading comments, but to get someone in, it's really good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for watching Across the Veil. I'm Kat, your host, and thank you, John.
Thank you, Kat. Welcome.
Okay, we'll see everyone soon. Good night.
Thank you for watching a Guiding Raven Media production. Please like, share, and comment. We look forward to seeing you again soon.